going on, everybody? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome to another Blu-ray update. All my pickups for the month of June. And here it is, the end of July, and it seems like I am beginning a trend here where I'm always putting out my Blu-ray updates at the very end of the following month. So nevertheless, we got one hell of an update. So for June, I ended up picking up 84 titles, and it's funny to think that compared to last month, that is like half of what I had. Like, I think, what was last month? Like, I don't even remember, 180, 190, something like that. And this month is 84. So yeah, 84 is considered a small update compared to what I had in May. So absolutely insane. Once again, we have an awesome month of pickups, just some kick-ass stuff. Let's run through it here. We got a nice big chunk of horror. We got a few Scream Factories, no collector editions, but just some other random titles. We got probably the most of A to Z in this update. We got 5 Stillbooks. We got 1 Disney title. We have a big, huge stack of Vinegar Syndrome, you guys. This update is going to show you what I picked up during their halfway to Black Friday sale. So I cannot wait to show you all that. And then we have a few series with a couple of horror in DC, but I don't actually have any regular DC Marvel titles in this update. I don't know why, but and then 1 DVD. So 84 titles. I cannot wait to show you guys what they are. So let's get started. Okay, like usual, we're going to go ahead and start with the 1 DVD I have. That is Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer. And I remember seeing a post on Facebook recently in one of these movie groups that I'm in, and somebody had posted a picture that they picked this up. And it just reminded me of this movie because I couldn't even believe I didn't have it on DVD because I really enjoyed this movie. I used to have it like on VHS back in the day. But anyways, just one of those movies where Michelle Pfeiffer just goes to teach at this high school and takes over this class of like these really bad kids and just tries to, make them better, and, one of those kind of movies. But it's definitely worth the pickup if you guys haven't seen it. No Blu-ray of this, but hopefully we get it, Blu-ray at some point, but great movie. We're going to get into the series that I got here. Now, I've been meaning to pick these up on Blu-ray for a while, and I grabbed them with my Father's Day gift card that my son gave me for Amazon. And I'm pretty sure that he gave me a $50 gift card, and I think they came to almost that for all 3 of these. But all 3 seasons of Batman, the Brave and the Bold. So we got season 1 here, and then we got season 2. And season 3. I used to have one of these seasons on DVD. Didn't know that they're all on Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure that this is the whole series. Only 3 seasons of them, but I've been meaning to pick these up for the DC collection for quite a while. So happy I was able to do that. Next up here is a brand new DC series called Pennyworth. A series that's based on Alfred, the Alfred character from Batman. Apparently, like his life, like before he became the butler of the Waynes. It looks really cool. Unfortunately, this is another one of those series that didn't come with a slip box, which really sucks. That's 2 now that doesn't have them. But you know me, got to collect every single series that comes out, and this one looks really good, so cannot wait to check it out. And then the last DC series is the HBO Limited Watchmen. I've never even seen the movie of Watchmen, and this looks really cool. But like always, I just, I get them all just for the collection. But yeah, pretty cool. Happy to have that. And then a couple of series for the horror collection. First up here, we got season 1 of Creepshow, that new Shudder original series. I don't know how much this is based on the actual Creepshow movies, the anthology movies. But I wasn't gonna get it, but I figured, you know what? It looks pretty cool. I love the movies, so maybe one day when I get around to watching these, I'll enjoy it. But came with a cool like glow in the dark slipcover here. So, and then the last series I got here, I found this over at Half Price Books, the 4K for season 1 of Stranger Things. Back when these came out, I got the just the Blu-ray of season 1 and 2. Now I want to get the 4Ks of them both, so I just need the second one in 4K. But the 4Ks and the Blu-rays all had different cover art, so I'll probably just end up keeping them all, just just for the collection. But yeah, it's just cool that they actually put the show on 4K. So hopefully soon I can get the second season on 4K as well. So all right, you guys, that's it for series. Let's move on. Okay, the one Disney title in this update that I got here, I've been meaning to get this for a while, and it was hard to find with this slipcover, but just a really cool slipcover. But I don't know a lot about what this is. I'm assuming it's some kind of a documentary or something, but from James Cameron, we got Ghosts of the Abyss in 3D. Something to do with like the Titanic. Ghosts of the Abyss picks up where Titanic left off. So yeah, I don't know, you guys. I think it's just some kind of a documentary. I don't think it's actually a movie or anything, but it was put out by Disney, and I mean, look at that awesome slipcover. So, just one of those last remaining random titles that I had to get for the collection. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into my boutique lines, and in this update, I got only Vinegar Syndrome and Scream Factory. So we'll go ahead and start with Scream Factory. No collector editions, as I mentioned, but 4 pretty cool pickups here. First one up here is a movie called Orca the Killer Whale. Brand new title release recently from Scream Factory, and I remember when this was announced, my buddy Craig was really happy because he actually has been wanting this for a while to come out through Scream Factory, and he got it. So I still haven't watched it yet, but some kind of a, like a Jaws type movie, but with a killer whale instead of a shark. So happy to check that out soon. And this is the one that I was excited for, that I told Craig he had to pick up, and he did get it, and I don't think he's watched it yet, but a movie called The Hills Run Red. This was never on Blu-ray before, and I had the DVD of this, and really cool slasher film, you guys. I will highly recommend this movie if you haven't seen it. If you guys want to read about it on the back here, but it's pretty badass. Really happy Scream Factory got their hands on it. We got a title that came out a few years ago through Scream Factory, IFC Midnight, a movie called The Devil's Candy. I picked this up from Chatty Bobby 1130 on YouTube. I've gotten a lot of stuff from him in the last couple months, and I remember this was the title I wanted to get when I first seen it was coming out. Never got it, and he had it for sale really cheap, so I picked it up. A double feature that I believe has gone out of print now recently. And I got probably one of the last opportunities on, I think, Amazon to get this for a really good price. I think I paid like 20 some bucks for this, and now it's pretty expensive. But that is the double feature of The Curse and Curse 2: The Bite. Never seen these movies, but I just wanted to get it since it was going out of print for the Scream Factory double feature collection. There is a Curse 3 that somebody put out. I can't remember who did it. It's not Scream Factory, but I'll probably pick that up at some point if I find it cheap enough. But yeah, happy to have that. So that's it for Scream Factory. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Vinegar Syndrome. So like usual, you guys, I did an unboxing of these titles, which I will put down below in the description box like I always do. But these are all my titles I picked up through Vinegar Syndrome during their halfway to Black Friday sale. Got some really cool stuff at some really good prices, and a lot of these a few of them are, I think maybe 1 or 2 are like older ones, not like super old, but like older ones. A lot of them are new titles. Some were just new with a slipcover, but just some really cool stuff. So we'll just kind of run through them all. First up here is my first box set through Vinegar Syndrome. The Amityville Cursed Collection. And as far as I know, this picks up kind of where the Scream Factory set leaves off, because the Scream Factory set is 1, 2, and 3. And this one, I thought was like 4 through 7, but apparently somebody was telling me that there's one missing. Like it's something like 4, 5, 6, and 8. Or 4, 5, 7, and 8, or I don't know. There's like, it doesn't go in order. There's one missing. I remember somebody telling me that. I don't know why, but anyways, in here we got Amityville Horror: The Evil Escapes, Amityville 1992, It's About Time, Amityville: A New Generation, and Amityville Dollhouse. Really cool collection here. And you just pull the top off, and then you get all the amrays on the inside. So really happy to have this collection. It looks really good on the shelf with all the other Vinegar Syndromes. So yeah, I'm really happy I was able to get this set through their sale, because I think originally it was like 80 and I think I paid like 40 or something like that. So okay, you guys, now we'll just go ahead and run through all the single titles I got through Vinegar Syndrome. A lot of really cool stuff here. The first one up here is a movie called Hellmaster. This was like a older one. It wasn't a new title, I believe. This one here, The Immortalizer. Don't know pretty much anything about these movies, but what I do is when I'm picking out Vinegar Syndrome titles, I'll kind of like read up on them, and I'll kind of base a decision on what it sounds like, and sometimes just what the slipcover looks like, just for the collection, because they do so good on their art and everything. It's just awesome. But I don't know anything. This looks like I don't know, like a Reanimator movie or something. A movie called The Severed Arm. Just gotta love Vinegar Syndrome's art and their slipcovers. Psychic Killer. This was one that I guess was released before by Vinegar Syndrome, but now it's got a slipcover. I never owned it at all, so I just picked up the movie itself with the new slipcover. But Night Train to Terror sounds like a cool slasher. Then we got a movie called Blood Games. I can't remember which ones of these were like new with slipcover. Another older-ish one. The Candy Snatchers. And then check this out, you guys. Evils of the Night. I don't know. This slipcover is just awesome looking. And then the last one, you guys. This one sold out like crazy, and it's going for like insane money on eBay right now. It's just absolutely crazy. But this is the 4K edition of this movie, and that is the movie Rad. Now, I mean, I wouldn't call this the greatest movie in the world, but this release kicks ass. Yeah, this is the second 4K for Vinegar Syndrome. And it's got that cool lenticular slipcover. And then here's the back. It's not lenticular. It's like kind of got like a metallic look to it. But yeah, I mean, I remember watching this as a kid and renting it from the video store. It wasn't like one of my favorites as a kid, but I still think it's kind of fun. But this release through Vinegar Syndrome just is awesome. And like I said, it sold out like crazy. So if you want a copy of this with a slipcover, I mean, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. So anyways, you guys, that's everything I got through Vinegar Syndrome. I do have a couple new ones coming now. I placed another order for their September titles that are coming out. I think I got like 2 more of them, of their new releases. So that won't be here for a few months. But anyways, let's move on. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and take a look at these Stillbooks I have in this update. I got 5 of them here, some pretty cool ones. First one up here is the recent release that came out, Stillbook for Mandy, that Nic Cage movie. I still have not seen this movie to this day. I've heard it's pretty badass. I got to check that movie out. But I just loved the look of this Stillbook. There's the front, the back, spine, and then here's a look at the inside. Okay, that takes us to the 4K Stillbook for Jaws. This was released exclusively by Best Buy, I believe. Just so happy that Jaws finally came to 4K, and it looks pretty darn good. I was pretty impressed with the 4K transfer, but cool looking Stillbook. There's the front, there's the back, and the spine, and then we got a cool inner artwork here. Next, we have probably one of my favorite Stillbooks to come out in a long time, and that is the original Friday the 13th. And this is the first time we've gotten a U.S. Stillbook for the Friday the 13th movie. Well, at least the original. The only other one that we've ever gotten is, I think it was that Best Buy exclusive for the remake of Friday the 13th. But now we have the original movie. I know that this artwork is pretty much the same as the old school theatrical poster for this movie, but I don't care. I just love it. There's the front, the back. Just love that. Spine. I got a few other Stillbooks for the original Friday the 13th movie from like other countries, but They're pretty lame. This one's just badass. I was a little disappointed with the inside artwork. Thought that could have been better. It's kind of cheesy looking. But either way, it's a glossy steelbook. I love it. I'm just so happy to finally have a legit US release for Friday the 13th. All right, next up here, we got the 4K steelbook for Gladiator. Now, I can't remember if this was exclusive at Best Buy or not, but I know that this came out at the same time as Braveheart, which I still haven't picked that one up yet. But cool looking steelbook. There's the front, there's the back, spine, and awesome shot on the inside. All right, and the last steelbook, which I know was an exclusive over at Best Buy, exclusive 4K steelbook for Apollo 13, 25th anniversary edition. I don't know why they didn't really release a steelbook back when this came out on 4K, which was last year, I think, but now we got one. There's the back, spine, and the inside. Okay, you guys, that'll do it for steelbooks. Let's move on. Okay, guys, it takes us to A to Z. So we're going to go ahead now, and I'm going to start it by showing you a big chunk of Kino Lorber titles that I picked up in one of their sales. I'm pretty sure this was all in one order, but like usual, description box below, you'll find the unboxing of these. But anyways, let's just run through them. So, like I mentioned, they were having a really good sale over at Kino Lorber, and I think I paid like $5 to $8 a piece for these. So we got Swing Vote with Kevin Costner, cool movie. James Belushi, Taking Care of Business. I've been really trying to get a lot of these Kino titles, you guys. I'm really trying to build up my Kino collection. I got a few more that I picked up this month. You guys will see next month. So anyways, Mr. Wrong. Terminal Velocity with Charlie Sheen. Never seen that one, but it looks pretty badass. Life with Mikey, one of my favorite Michael J. Fox movies. You guys got to check that out if you haven't seen it. Steve Martin film I've never seen before, A Simple Twist of Fate. It's been years since I've seen this movie, but it's a Sean S. Cunningham movie. My Boyfriend's Back. Eddie Murphy movie I've never seen. It's got Jeff Goldblum in it. Holy Man. Heartbreak Hotel. And then Patrick Swayze in Fatherhood. Another really good movie. So yeah, that's everything I picked up from Kino. I think, what was it, last month I had a bunch of Kino titles as well. So like I said, I'm really building up the Kino collection. And I think what I'm going to do pretty quick here is actually keep them separate on my shelf altogether. Because it's another boutique line that I've really been getting into a lot lately. So only other Amaray that I have for A to Z without a slip. Finally got my hands on Airplane 2, the sequel. Just snagged this off of Amazon for a couple bucks. I didn't have it and wanted it, so. Okay, moving on to the A to Z with slips. These are going to be just all Blu-rays. First one up here is Pretty in Pink. This is the first title I picked up through the Paramount Presents line. This is number 6. I'm not collecting all these. I'm just kind of getting them randomly. I just picked up the 8th one, which is Ghost. You guys probably seen that in my last unboxing video. But they come with really cool slipcovers. They flip open like this. But they're just cool releases. I'm really hoping that down the line they, give us some really badass titles from Paramount with slipcovers. So, all right, next we got First Time to Blu-ray, the 40th anniversary edition of John Travolta and Urban Cowboy. I thought that this movie was pretty cool. A buddy of mine made me watch this many years ago, and I really enjoyed it. So, came with a cool slipcover. So that's awesome. I have a title that was put out by RLJE Films. Now, I've been getting a lot of titles from RLJE. They've been putting out a lot of stuff, and it seems like they're getting bigger and bigger. And this was put out, I think this is exclusive at Walmart. I mean, that's where everybody's been buying it. That's where I got it. But a movie called Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I really don't know anything about this, but everybody was picking this up. It seems like everybody's doing these retro slipcovers now. Like, I think Mill Creek was the one that started it, and then, what was it, Sony that started putting them out too? But yeah, I mean, RLJE, I mean, they really been getting bigger and bigger lately. But yeah, I just grabbed it, like I said, because everybody grabbed it. It looks like it could be a fun movie. Next up, we got Impractical Jokers, the movie. Now, I mean, you tell me, is this based off of a show, I guess? I've never seen the show, but the movie sounded cool. And I don't know, maybe once I see the movie, it'll make me want to check out the show. If it is a show. I think it is, yeah, from Funny or Die. But anyways, I just grabbed it. New Lionsgate title here with Mel Gibson, Force of Nature. This looked kind of cool. It's something to do with like a I don't know, hurricane or something. When the perfect crime meets the perfect storm. You get Kate Bosworth in here. But yeah, I don't know. It just looked cool. It was cheap, so I picked it up on release day. Movie with Chris Christopherson and Willie Nelson called Songwriter. I found this at a Half Price Books one day, and it's just another one of those, you know, Mill Creek retro slipcover titles that I never remember seeing in store. So I grabbed it. I mean, it's a movie based on music, Willie Nelson in it. I mean, it was really, really cheap, so why the hell not? The last Blu-ray was slipped before we get into the 4K titles. Now, you guys may have been noticing that Walmart lately have been putting out a lot of Scream Factory and Shout Factory titles on their shelves for like really cheap prices. And, you know, I pretty much have everything that's, you know, that they put out, but this one I didn't. And I remember when it came out, it's from their Shout Select line. I didn't get it, but now I seen it really cheap at Walmart, so I figured what the hell, and it had the slip. But Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan, When Harry Met Sally. I tried to get a lot of these Shout Select lines. I mean, most of the ones that I really want, but some titles that, you know, I may not have seen or, you know, not, you know, didn't really want to get at first. If I can find them cheap, I'll just grab them, especially if they have slipcovers, you know. This is number 59 in the Shout Select line, but yeah, I think I seen this years and years ago. I don't remember really anything about it, but now getting into the A to Z 4K. And like usual, you guys know I've been just going crazy on 4K titles. You may have noticed in the last few updates, I've been getting a lot of 4K more and more. But I got another big chunk here for A to Z, and then a little bit later you'll see another big chunk of horror 4K. And I think a lot of these too I got from Chad again. I've been getting most of my 4K from him. This is one of them from Chad. But a movie called Brawl in Cell Block 99. This was a great movie, you guys. I had the Blu-ray for a while, and he had the 4K with the slipcover, so I had to pick it up. He, you know, sells them for really cheap, so you can't go wrong. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen this movie, I mean, I will highly recommend it. It's awesome. The cinematography is just insane. But yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. This title here, I was really happy to find on eBay, The Doors with slipcover. I had a lot of trouble trying to find this movie for, you know, an affordable price. It was like pretty expensive with the slipcover. And then one day I came across one that was like 20 bucks. So I had to grab it. A really cool biopic on The Doors, you guys, with Val Kilmer in the role of Jim Morrison. But check this out if you guys are a fan of The Doors. I'm pretty sure that one of these I got from Chad. The other one I think I might have got off Macari. Can't remember, but I picked up the 2 Grinch movies on 4K. Of course, the Jim Carrey one, and then the newer animated one. Still have not seen this one. I will be watching that this Christmas, but I'm really happy I finally have this one on 4K. It's just a holiday classic, and to see that they put it on 4K was pretty awesome. I really hope at some point soon that they actually put out the classic animated one on 4K. That'd be awesome, but yeah, happy to have these on 4K. Another title I believe I got from Chad, Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg. I watched this movie like the day it came out on Blu-ray, picked up the Blu-ray of it, and I loved it. It's based on that Boston Marathon bombing, but great performance by Mark Wahlberg, and happy to convert it over to 4K. Hell or High Water, another fantastic movie. I watched the day it came out, the day I bought it on Blu-ray. Happy to upgrade this to 4K. Really, really cool movie, guys, with Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine, about these 2 brothers that rob banks. It's awesome. It's got a like tearjerker ending, but just great performances all around. Very entertaining movie. Funny story about this movie, Red Heat. So I remember this was another harder slipcover to find, and I found a seller on eBay. Bought the movie, shipped it to me, and when I, opened it up, underneath it was like an empty Amray with no insert. Like the movie was in the case, but there was like no insert, and I was like, "What's that all about?" And I mean, I got the slipcover, which was a good thing because that's the hardest thing to find. I messaged the seller and he just gave me some stupid story like, "Oh, I mentioned that in the description, disc only," or something, and I have no idea. It was just very misleading, and I was pretty upset. But regardless, I'm happy I got the slipcover at least from him, and then I just ended up ordering another copy of the movie from Amazon for like $15. So it's kind of stupid what I had to go through to get this whole thing, but what can you do? All right, next up here, you guys, is a title I'm really happy to finally have on 4K. If you remember in my update last month for my May pickups, I got the first movie on 4K, which was just like, it was such a chore to find on eBay with a slip for a good price. And then I had to continue on to try to find the second one. And I finally did, and that's Ghostbusters 2. And yeah, I'm so happy I have both of these on 4K now. It just, it just irritates me that back in the day when these first came out, there's like tons of copies on the shelf at Best Buy with slipcovers, and I didn't get them then because I just wasn't into 4K, and I don't know, the stuff you got to go through if you don't convert right away. But anyway, so happy to have that on 4K. And then I ended up picking up the remake one too. I don't know, I wasn't a fan of this movie, but I just wanted it for the collection. I don't know why this one comes in the thick case, the thick slip. I have no idea why, but whatever. I just got it for the collection. I think I got this off of eBay. Scarface, the gold edition. I didn't pick this up on release day. I wanted to, but I didn't. But honestly, I didn't pay much more on eBay for it, so happy to finally have it. Here we got Goodfellas. Great mob movie. I don't like it as much as Casino. Casino kicks ass, but I still like it enough to own it. And what's funny is that this is like one of the titles that everybody talks about, especially Craig, that the transfer is just horrible on 4K. Like the Blu Ray almost looks better. So why did I buy it on 4K? I have no idea, but I don't know. Just had to do it. But whatever. I'm stupid. The last A to Z 4K before we get into my last category. That is Mel Gibson and The Patriot. Never seen this movie. Craig talks really highly of it, so he said I had to pick it up. He did send me like a clip of one scene from the movie that was pretty good, where he's saying goodbye to like his daughter. But I don't know. Heath Ledger's in this movie as well. I'll be checking it out soon, but Craig said I had to own it, so had to get it. All right, you guys, let's move on to the last and final category. Okay, that takes us to the final category, you guys, my horror pickups. I got a lot of really cool stuff I cannot wait to show you guys. So first and foremost, I was going to stick to only the steelbook of this, but this was just too gorgeous to pass up. So I had to give in and pick it up. It wasn't that expensive. And that is the 4K slip box edition lenticular cover of Jaws. I was really hoping that Jaws would get a slipcover edition. Maybe it will down the line, but in the meantime, this is a cool edition, so had to grab it. It comes with a booklet. Here's the 4K, so yeah, how could you say no to that? It's just gorgeous. Okay, we got a newer horror title that came out in the month of June, We Summon the Darkness. Cool looking horror movie with Johnny Knoxville. Still haven't watched this yet. Another new title that came out in the month of June with Hilary Swank, The Hunt. Don't know a lot about this movie, but I heard a few good things about it, so I just figured I'd grab it. Okay, this title here I'm pretty excited to show you guys. A title that I really didn't even know was on Blu Ray. There's no US release of this. This is an international company called Excess Entertainment, I believe. But this is region free, so it does play. My buddy Craig told me that it did. I wasn't sure if it did or not, but he says it does. And that is Dr. Giggles. And this has got this awesome lenticular cover. And yeah, I mean, just a really cool horror film that I used to have like the VHS for a long, long time ago. I don't remember. I don't think I had the DVD of this movie. I can't remember. But to know that there was an all region Blu-ray of it with this badass lenticular slipcover. I mean, I paid a pretty good chunk for this. I think I paid around 40 bucks for it. But that's about as cheap as I found it on eBay. So if you guys are interested, go check eBay. Hopefully you guys will find one as cheap as I did. But just so happy to have this on Blu-ray. If you remember from last month's update, I believe it was Blue Underground that put out the original of this movie to 4K. And I knew that there was a remake. So I wanted to pick it up, and that is Maniac. This is the one with, Elijah Wood. And the U.S. release never got a slipcover. And I seen that the Canadian release had one. So this was pretty badass, you guys. This is like the Canadian French version or whatever. I've been buying a lot of slipcovers lately off eBay that have no, where there's no U.S. slipcover release. But there is in Canada. I've been getting a lot of them lately. So if you guys are trying to find slipcovers on titles, go search just type Blu-ray slipcover Canada on eBay, and you'll find a lot of really cool stuff you probably didn't know it existed. Some of them have French writing, some don't, but that doesn't really bother me. But just cool to have the remake now with a slipcover. A title from Scorpion Releasing called Death Ship. I don't know a lot about this movie, but I've heard from a few people that it's pretty cool. And Scorpion Releasing did put this out with a slipcover, which is pretty awesome. But it's got some cool art on it. And just thought it looked like a cool title to have in the horror collection. So found this pretty cheap. So another one here where I got, if you guys remember last month, the original came to 4K. I can't remember who put that out on 4K. But anyways, the remake of Suspiria. I've seen this so many times at Best Buy with the slipcover, and it went down to like 12 bucks. I never bought it because, just at the time I didn't really care. But now when I got the original, I wanted to get the remake, and I could not find it online with a slipcover for anything less than 30, 40 bucks. And I didn't understand why this one got so expensive with the slipcover. But then, my patience paid off because I kept waiting until I found a cheap one. And I think in the end, I ended up getting this for 18 bucks. So pretty happy about that. The next ones I'm going to show you here, I'm pretty happy about. So way back in the day, these were put out by Walmart, I believe. I think they were exclusively at Walmart. They put these out on DVD and Blu-ray. And at the time, I had a Blu-ray set that had all these movies in it. So I just ended up getting the DVDs. I don't know why I did that. I think it's just because I wanted to have all these movies on every format because I had the VHS set. Then, I had the new Blu-ray collection. So I wanted to get them on DVD. So I had all formats. Well, anyways, over time, I was just kicking myself because I really wanted all these on Blu-ray just to have Blu-ray slipcover editions of these. And I tried finding them on eBay, and to get the whole set was really hard to find together. And I think one seller I found was 150 bucks for all of them or something crazy like that. And then I was trying to look for them individually, and they were really 20, 30 bucks a piece. It was just insane. Well, I went on to Mercari one day, and I found all 8 of these with slip for 60 bucks for every one of them. I was just so happy, and I just jumped on it. And I think it even had a best offer, and I didn't want them to get snagged by somebody else, so I just paid the 60 bucks. But anyways, these are the limited edition glow-in-the-dark slipcovers for the Universal Monster movies. So we got The Bride of Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm so happy. Even though I have I have these on Stillbook, I have these in that Blu-ray collection. I really wanted slipcover editions of them. Phantom of the Opera. I'm a big fan of the classic Universal Monster movies. Dracula, The Invisible Man, The Mummy, Frankenstein, and the last one, The Wolfman. So yeah, I couldn't be more happy to have these in my collection now, you guys. Just what a deal that I found them for. All right, you guys, all we got left are horror 4K. We got a little stack here, so let's go ahead and run through them. First one, I believe I got this from Chad. This is a movie I picked up on Blu-ray, and I've never seen it. And when I noticed that there's a 4K of it as well, Chad had it really cheap, so I just grabbed it. A movie called Unsane. Don't know a lot about it. Like I said, I still haven't seen it. It came out a year or so ago. but he had it super cheap, so I grabbed it. I think I got this off of eBay. That is I Am Legend. I remember really liking this movie. I watched it way back in the day when it first came out. So I looked for this on eBay, cheap with a slipcover, and found it for a good price. Just trying to build up the 4K collection, especially for horror titles. I think there's a few more I want to grab, but had to get this. Next up here, the only film in the Conjuring franchise that's on 4K, and that is The Nun. I don't know why we don't have more on 4K right now. It's kind of weird, but like even a couple titles that got released after this didn't come to 4K. I don't get it. I think it was like that Curse of La Llorona and like the new Annabelle movie. I don't know. It's weird, but anyways, figured since it's the only one in 4K, better grab it. The Stephen King movie, The Dark Tower, with Matthew McConaughey. I still have never seen this movie. I don't know really anything about it, but there was a 4K of it, so grabbed it. Kong Skull Island. So now for this franchise, I got the only two that are on 4K. I got them both now. The first one in the franchise is the 2014 Godzilla, which hasn't come to 4K yet. The next one was, what was it? This one, yeah. This was the second one. And now I got this one on 4K, and then Godzilla King of the Monsters was the third one. I think you guys saw that last month. I got that on 4K. I believe it was last month that I got that. But anyways, this was a cool movie. Just hope that the 2014 Godzilla comes to 4K now, so we can get them all on 4K. So the most recent movie in the Puppet Master franchise, The Littlestreich, the only one that's on 4K. I heard that this movie is actually really, really cool, really gory. And I always forget, like I think it's like a remake. I don't know if it's a remake or like a sequel. I really don't know. I can't remember. But it was on 4K, so had to grab it. And the very last pickup, you guys, for my June Blu-ray update, and that is Nic Cage and Color Out of Space. I found this over at Walmart for like, I think it was 15 bucks. I never bought this when it came out on 4K, which I think was a few months ago. I kind of at the time had a different impression of what the movie was. And when I read about it and watched the trailer, it actually sounds pretty badass. So I figured, you know what? I'm looking at it here at Walmart with the slipcover for 15 bucks on 4K. Might as well grab it. So I did. So happy to have that for the collection. And yeah, that is it. All right, everybody. That will do it for this Blu-ray update. All my pickups in the month of June. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of really cool stuff. I'm really happy to add to my collection and share with you guys. And yeah, 84, half of last month. And this month now, it's almost over. We've got a couple days left for the month of July. And I believe it's going to be a little less than this update. I think it's around 60 or something like that. I can't remember, but we'll find out soon enough. So anyways, you guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit the like button down below. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the pickups. Share the video around. Subscribe if you have not. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.